All right, welcome everybody. This is another event of the HubSpot Admins user group. This is our homepage. It's definitely a good place to be aware of. This is your source of truth for all our upcoming events. We are here pretty much every Tuesday online like this. We will not be next week because it's inbound. If you're coming to inbound, please check this event for the details of our informal in-person meetup. Would love to see you there. Whether you are coming to inbound or not, the next several weeks we are rounding up all the things that are new and interesting and launched and changed at inbound. We're going to spend weeks and weeks on that. There's always lots to talk about in the wake of inbound. So keep your eye on these events, join them, come learn about them. Also, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, but I know many of you are just coming in, I am giving 2 talks at inbound for admins, and they will both be recorded and available on demand afterwards. So keep an eye out for that. As far as past events go, all of these events, including today's event, are recorded and published onto this YouTube channel. So if you ever miss an event or want to rewatch one or share it with a friend, you can do that here. Show and tell. We are going to have a show and tell in November. Deanna, was it November 11th, we're thinking?
11th.
Okay. We still have a couple open slots in there. If you have built something in HubSpot that you would like to show your peers, fill out this form and let us know. We still have a month or more before we will finalize the lineup. So there is time, but please, these are some of the most valuable events we have, where we get to learn from each other and the things you're building in real life. So that is great. We have a space on HubSpot community. It's fun. We have a group on LinkedIn. Also fun. Boot camps. The super admin boot camp is full, but RevOps boot camp is still open, and I hear that one's very good also. So feel free to register for that. These are free, 6-week long, once a week cohort-based learnings HubSpot provides. Lots of good value here. And then again, we're here every week. We would love your input on future events. Any ideas you have, feel free to submit them through this form or just let me or Deanna know. We're happy to connect with you on LinkedIn, hear from you directly. Any feedback or ideas you have so we can make this user group as helpful to you as possible would be very much appreciated. So that's my bit. That's all I got to say. I'm going to stop sharing. Today we're talking about video. Lots of cool things happening with video inside of HubSpot. Super excited to have Amanda and Ankur here to talk about those. Take it away.
Awesome. Amanda, do you want me to present or would you like to present? We didn't figure this out in advance.
I can go ahead and kick us off, and we can switch off when we go over to demo mode. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having Ankur and I to the Admin Hug today. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. We have some slides to go through for everybody. And before we kick things off and talk about video marketing and all of the awesome features that we've been building for video marketing, I just wanted to open with a quick icebreaker. And also, when I'm sharing, I can't see anybody's faces. So could somebody let me know if you can see my screen okay?
Yep, we can see your screen, and I'll call out what people put in the chat.
Excellent. Yeah, so just to start off with an icebreaker, before you see our demo, whether you've experimented with HubSpot video already, if you've seen some of the new video tools or not, let us know in the chat, what video feature do you want to see in HubSpot? What video features could we build that would make you really happy and excited?
Chris Carolyn stole my answer. He says recording directly in HubSpot.
Recording directly in HubSpot, okay.
Posting to TikTok.
Posting to
Easy
TikTok.
editing.
Oh, Jeanette, we have some good stuff for you today. So
yeah, easy editing. That's good.
Please replace Vidyard with something that works for sales email.
Heard.
Posting animated stories from social posts.
Interesting.
Ooh, animated stories from social posts. Like Instagram, Facebook stories?
Share options in the video player. Yes to what you said, Instagram stories.
Yeah. All right. Well, feel free to continue to drop any feature requests and ideas that you've got in the chat. We are hungry for your feature requests because we want to build them. All right. So here is sort of the lay of the land for the next 40, 50 minutes or so. Ankur and I will start off with an intro. We'll tell you a little bit about ourselves. Then we'll spend a little bit of time talking about video marketing best practices. After that, we'll jump into a live demo of the new video marketing tools that our teams have been building in HubSpot. We will finish off with a little bit of insight into our roadmaps and what's coming next for video in HubSpot. And then we'll leave some time at the end for Q&A so that you can ask us all of your burning questions about video marketing and video marketing in HubSpot. All right, so to kick things off, I will introduce myself and I'll have Ankur introduce himself as well. So my name is Amanda Schumacher and I am a product manager at HubSpot. My team is the media editing team, and so we are all about video. We've been working specifically on building the new video editor that we're going to be talking about today and that we'll be demoing today. So that's a little bit about me. I've been at HubSpot for 8 years. I was working on blog and building out some AI tooling before I moved over to video.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Ankur. I've been at HubSpot for 3 years before working on the video mission. Some of you may know me from my time on memberships. I did quite a bit with that platform back in the day. Now I work on video, so don't ask me about memberships. But with video,
about domains. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can ask me about domains. With video, I cover all the stuff around the editing experience. So think about your developer APIs and getting videos into HubSpot, distributing those videos, managing those videos, and then analyzing those videos once they're out. So manage to measure. Yeah.
Awesome. So that's a little bit about us. And we're going to kick off by just talking a little bit about some video best practices. Again, I can't see in the chat, but I'm curious for folks who are here to give an indication, yes or no, if you are already doing video marketing as part of your content marketing efforts. This could be using video for social, for marketing email, if you're using video in sales one-to-one. Or if you're totally new to video, if you've never used it before, if it's something you're looking to explore, let us know in the chat.
We got yes, nope, no, yes, it's scrolling too fast. Yes, yes, no, no, yes, 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 not yet. Yes, yes, some, yes, oh yes. Yep,
Oh, yes.
not enough. Yes, looking to explore.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's great. We've got a good mix of folks who are seasoned video marketing professionals, and we've got some folks who have not experimented with video yet. All right, so I'm going to start off with just a little bit of context for those who have not invested in video yet into why video is important as a marketing channel. So video is an extremely popular content format. If you look at the content formats that content marketers are using today, 89% of businesses are using video as a marketing tool already. And not only are businesses using video, specifically short form videos, exploding in popularity with TikTok and Instagram Reels, and it being the preferred format of newer generations like Gen Z, but 93% of businesses say that video also gives them a good return on their investment. So not only is it popular, but it's driving engagement, it's leading to more shares, views, and ultimately deeper connection with the audience. And customers also tend to enjoy watching video content. 88% of B2B buyers from a survey by Backlinko say that they spend time watching video content to help them make purchase decisions. And in addition to its popularity, video marketing has a lot of benefits. So the first benefit that I'll talk about is video performs well on AI search. You may have heard chatter about this in the content marketing space, but more recently, some content types like blogs that form the foundation of inbound marketing have experienced some performance challenges with click-through rates and traffic. As users are increasingly searching on large language models like ChatGPT, and as Google is adding AI overviews, web page click-through rates and traffic have gone down for some websites. Not all, but for some. But video performance as a whole has actually been pretty consistent despite these challenges. Google's AI overviews increasingly pull from YouTube, with YouTube citations actually appearing in 78% of AI overviews for product comparison searches over traditional product pages. And video content is also 3.1 times more likely to be cited than text content for the same product information and product queries, including videos in results and product queries. So overall, in this new AI search landscape, video is a pretty AI-resistant format to invest in. The second is that video gets high engagement with the audience. And one stat that I like to share is that video content generates 1,200% more shares than text and images, making it the most effective format for marketers to drive engagement and conversions across channels. Third is that video allows you to quickly build trust and credibility with your audience. Some studies show that 72% of customers trust a brand more after viewing a video testimonial as opposed to 53% from a written testimonial. And last, video these days is easier than ever to get started. Nowadays, smartphone cameras have gotten such high quality that you don't need a really expensive video camera or recording studio to get started. And there are more tools out there to automate video editing to make it even more accessible than ever. So now I will turn it over to Ankur to talk a little bit more about video best practices and how you can get started.
Cool, awesome. So we have a few slides here, and I'll go through pretty quick, but a couple of just high-level takeaways, especially for y'all who haven't started on video marketing yet. Video marketing is kind of a very broad term, right? Like if you're Kyle, you're doing product demos and posting those on LinkedIn, but you're also doing these webinars. You might be doing, like a more polished ad on top of that. So when we talk about like videos as a content type, it doesn't really fit into that like clean box that you typically think of when you think of a blog or a case study, where it has like a very like clean job to be done. And so all I have to say is just like start small and start focused. Pick one thing that you want to start doing. I would recommend webinars or a podcast, because I think those are really good ways to really like quickly exponentially grow your video content, because you can clip them out. But that's sort of like advice piece number one. Number two, almost obvious, but quality over quantity. And that's going to actually be a theme in a lot of these tips going forward, but just making sure you have a clear message on whatever you're distributing. That doesn't really just apply to video. You should have a clear message in whatever content you're putting out into the ether, but it also applies to video on top of that. And then just start. Amanda hit this, but like cameras are really good. I was just dropping in the chat. I've been watching a lot of Remington's videos lately, and he's like walking his dog, or he's in his car and he's just like recording himself. And so I don't think you need like a big production studio to really just get started. If we can go on to the next slide, there's a little bit more stuff about editing really specifically. And Amanda's going to have some awesome features she's going to show you, but like keep it short and sweet. So depending on where you're distributing your video, just know what lengths those networks support or honestly optimized for. Clips are better than ever. Someone dropped in the comments that people have the attention span of goldfish, myself included. So, make your content goldfish friendly. Messaging, similar to what I said before, have one clear message and then learn. So this is a little bit of a feedback loop that you need to start adapting. But if you're distributing on a channel where you can see where you have that retention drop off, say you're self-hosting your videos, or maybe you're using a more established video platform, just see where you start to lose traction and just kind of optimize your videos for that perfect length. If we move on to the next slide, I'm going to get into a little bit more of like the nitty gritties. So let's start with captions. So if you are working in the EU or serve any customers in the EU, then this is not an optional thing. European Accessibility Act requires that your videos have captions, but let's also think beyond that into why it's good to have captions. Yes, it's good for accessibility. A lot of the times I'll read what's happening in a video instead of turning the audio on, especially if I'm on the go or on my commute. I don't drive into work, so I'm not doing this in my car. Yeah, throw that out there. But also think about AI models. So AI doesn't actually watch videos and doesn't listen to videos. What they do is they rely on text. You all use ChatGPT. You just throw in some text and you get some magic coming out of the other side. In the same way, like AI, when it's returning results in AI search overviews or within just the AI chats themselves, they need that text. And so therefore they need captions. The other thing you want to do is you want to structure how those videos are appearing on your web page, especially. So making sure that you make it easy for for both a search crawler as well as an AI model to basically parse what is the video title, what is the quick description, where can I find the captions, but also breaking that video down into smaller chunks. So whether that be clips or chapters, so we can directly point users to the right part of the video at the right time. And then this is somewhat of a newer thing, but it's like HubSpot has invested a lot of money in the past 5 years on self-hosting. And now I think the question that everyone should have is like, is it still worth self-hosting? On the one hand, you can put a video behind, say, a lead generation form or attach a lead onto the video itself. But, for my money and what I would advise people, I would just start posting on YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine. They naturally get slightly preferred results and returns when Google searching. And then all of these things I just mentioned, you kind of get out of the box with YouTube as well, caption, structured data, etc. And then lastly, the last slide is mostly going to focus on focus again. So know your network, know your audience in each network. If you're working on LinkedIn, you're probably seeing a lot more B2B professionals, a lot more people who are watching videos on their desktop, although not exclusively. So landscape tends to perform better versus say like a TikTok where you need portrait videos. I would say like the idea that you can just create one video and blast it onto multiple networks is no longer true. Those videos do need to be somewhat tailored to the network that you are on. I would also say focus, like what content you are posting on that network. I think the best way I can explain this concept is looking at a YouTube channel. So let's take MKBHD, for example. He is a YouTuber. He will be presenting at Inbound this year. And what he does is he does a bunch of tech reviews. But what he's also started doing is he creates multiple different channels. So he has one channel dedicated to reviewing cars, another channel dedicated to just general consumer technology like laptops and phones, another channel where he hosts a podcasts. And he's setting up these separate channels because basically what he doesn't want to do is penalize himself. YouTube really values having a niche and having a lot of videos focused on one particular topic. And one thing I see a lot from folks is they'll just post all of their videos on YouTube and it's just kind of a messy, unfocused collection of videos. So avoid that. And HubSpot does this too. We have an admin HUG channel, we have a developer channel, we have HubSpot America's channel, HubSpot Latam channel. So we also segment our videos up by a specific audience and niche. And then lastly, recycle. This can mean a lot of different things. You can clip videos and create larger campaigns from one larger piece of content or longer form video. But another thing that I have been emphasizing more as well is that there are some topics that are evergreen and seasonal. A few customers I've talked to, some run accounting firms, and so they will find that tax prep is a seasonal topic. They always need to have content related to tax prep. It always happens at the beginning of the year, and so they can reuse a lot of those videos year after year. I was talking with another company that's in the alcoholic beverages market. And so what they were telling me is like, hey, margaritas are a very popular topic in the summer. So do I have content on margaritas and can I redistribute that content on a year by year basis? So, work smarter, not harder, be efficient and recycle your content. And with that, I think that's all we had for like the tips and tricks. So let's maybe jump into some demoing. All right, I will kick us off with the demo. Can I get an audible, yes, I can see your screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Ooh, okay, amazing. So we are now in HubSpot. So for Content Hub customers out in the audience, this is some of the new video tooling we have accessible to you. I will be passing this back and forth between myself and Amanda, but let's just get started with the new video library. This exists in the content navigation, global navigation. So It's a nice new item that we have right here called video. And right off the bat, you will see this beautiful visually displayed grid of all of the videos that you have in your portal. Now, I won't get into too many details because I don't think this is as interesting, but we did add some like unique filters. So you can filter on ratio, you can filter on file type when it was created, the duration of your videos, campaigns, etc., etc. Yeah, so let's jump into a video. So this is a video from Dharmesh. It's one of his, it's his inbound presentation from last year. And what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to jump into the clips tab and hand it over to my colleague Amanda to talk a little bit more about clipping in our editor, and then I'll take us home afterwards.
Excellent. Let me just share again. All right, so here we are in the AI clipping tab. You'll see that HubSpot will actually, once you upload the video, automatically use AI to analyze the transcript of your clip and of your video and suggest clips that we think will make good standalone content for social media. So from this Dharmesh inbound talk, for example, some of the suggested clips that you can see here are GPT-1 thinks like a PhD. Here's why that matters. Forget apps. There's an agent for that is the future. We've spent a lot of calories really perfecting the algorithm that generates these clips to make sure that they are eye-catching, attention-grabbing, good quality. And so another clip that was suggested, AI to Moore's Law, hold my beer, models double every 6 months. From these suggested clips, what you can do is you can click edit to open them in our clip editor, which I'll show you. You can save them all as drafts if you want to use all of the suggested clips, and they'll show up under here in your drafts. If you want to preview them, you can hover over the tile and unmute. So you can see what the clip looks like before you decide to save it. Ankur, should I go into the editor? Or is there anything else you wanted to show in this?
Let's jump into the editor. I can cover the other stuff on the back half.
All right. So there was a clip that was suggested called AI to Moore's Law, and let's pretend that I clicked edit to open up this suggested clip inside of the video editor. This is our video clip editor, which has originally started actually within the Remix tool, but we've built into it to make it more of a standalone video editing tool. We have a transcript-based editor here. So we show the transcript of the entire video. If you want, you can see the full script of the video, or you can just see the specific clip. It's nice to see the full video script because if you want to, you can add to the suggested clip to make it longer or add certain content to it. And if it is too long or if there are certain words like ums or pauses, you can remove that from here. You can show pauses as well so that you can get a sense for the pacing of the video. Now, within the video editing tool, there are additional features. So Ankur talked about the importance of captions for accessibility and for viewers that are watching on social but maybe have their audio turned off if they're on their commute or on the bus. In this caption tabs here, once you toggle captions on, it will show the transcript overlaid with the video, or overlaid on top of the video while it's playing. You can choose from a set of default styles that HubSpot suggests for you, or you can add custom styles. From here, you can choose from a series of fonts, and we automatically integrate with your brand kit. So if you have any brand fonts set up, you can easily access them in here. You can name your font style, and you can modify things like the color, casing, etc. You can also modify the position of your captions and the size. In addition to captions, we allow you to add branding to your video. So this is integrated with your brand kit. If you have a logo that has been set up in your brand kit, we'll automatically import it. But you can upload any upload any image that you have here. We allow you to modify the size of the logo that shows on your video, as well as the position on the video that shows up. And you can even modify the opacity if you want it to be more subtle. We also have the ability to add overlays within the video editor, and this is actually a pretty new feature. So this timeline-based editor allows you to make quicker crop and trim actions. With these grips here, you can click and move to trim, and you can easily click on these purple parts to restore any content that has been trimmed out from the transcript-based editor. Let's say I want to add an image overlay on top of this video. I already added the logo, but let's pretend this is a different image. We have a drag and drop editor that allows you to add image overlays. So if you have an arrow icon and you want to point to something, if you have a picture of a product or a CTA that you want to add, you can add that to your video. From the timeline here, you can modify the opacity of the image, and you can also use the grips to determine how long you want and where during the video the image will show up. We also now have the ability to add your own custom audio to the video. So let's say I want to add a background music, similar to the edits that you can make with trimming. You can modify the duration of the audio and the position of the audio relative to the other tracks by clicking and dragging. And if you click on this pencil icon, you can modify the volume of the track as well if you want it to be really light, subtle music in the background. Or if you want the me, we channel music that I just uploaded to be absolutely blasting, you can put it up to 100. A couple more features that I want to highlight. Templates are meant to be time saving. So this will save any presets that you have for captions, branding, and the orientation or cropping of the video. So if you wanted to, for example, always add the same caption styles and branding and cropping for Instagram, you could make an Instagram template. And when you click on it, it will apply that automatically to save you time in the future. We also have multi-language translation. So if you wanted to create a version of your video that has Bulgarian or Chinese captions, we'll translate the transcript and generate the ability to preview your video with the translated transcript. Once you decide to apply these multi-language translations, you can export and we'll create a separate video file for each version. All right. The other thing that you can do is crop your video for different social networks. Let's say I want to do portrait mode for like an Instagram reel or TikTok reel. You can crop it down so that it only focuses on one portion of the screen. But in this example, you can see that it kind of cuts out a lot of the content, or maybe somebody's moving around. If you click Fit to Canvas, we'll add a background color so that you can see all of the content. And we allow you to modify the background color as well to match your branding. When you are satisfied with your video, you can click Export. And it may take a minute or so for your videos to finish rendering. They'll show up as videos in this AI Clips tab. You'll be taken right back to the Video Details tab here. And with that, I will turn it back over to Ankur.
Amazing. I will share my screen again, and let's go through the Video Details tab in a little bit more detail now. Not intended. So one thing you'll immediately see is all of these things are now rendering. We've created the system of lineage. So one thing that has always bugged me a lot is having a lot of videos in my navigation or in my UI that all look the same, all have the same, thumbnail. And so we've basically created this lineage system. So if I return back here to the filters, we now have this concept of being able to filter on starting content as well as clips. So what Amanda just created is clips, and we associate those back to that starting content to begin with. All right. So going back into this itself, we're going to let those render, but let's take a look at some of the new capabilities we have in the Video Details UI. Like always, you can change your thumbnail. We've always supported this, although we did add some new options to support our new integrating partners, such as Adobe Express. I don't like this black background that we have right now for the thumbnail, so I'm just going to pick a frame in the video and update that. In addition to that, we also have AI commands that we can use to generate keywords. chapters, and descriptions. And we're leveraging your brand voice here. So if you've set up your brand identity, all of that context and knowledge is brought in here when we generate this content. All right, so we got a description. We have some chapters, which breaks down this video into more tangible and easy to ingest parts. And if you're hosting this video on your own website, rest assured, we are making sure that we do all of that structured data work on your behalf and injecting that as JSON LD onto your page. I also want to take a short, brief moment to look at the captions. You saw Amanda actually just translated these captions from the editor, and so they are pre-populated here. But you can also use AI to translate captions from this UI itself, and we will automatically generate captions and detect the language that your video is in when you upload your video into HubSpot, assuming you have all the correct AI permissions enabled. Outside of that, I want to take a moment to look at performance, although I picked a poor video to show you performance, so I'm going to have you bear with me while I pull out a video that better demonstrates the full capabilities of our new reporting work. So let me grab that real quick. And let me share again. All right. All right, so if I jump into performance, we have all of these date filters. It was a little while back that we posted this, so all time. One of the biggest additions that we've had is we've been able to pull in social data on top of all of that general web reporting data that you already know and love. And so this is the big thing I'll highlight, is we're actually looking at the views on those social networks. So these aren't views on the post. These aren't LinkedIn impressions. They are people who watch that video on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on whatever social channel that you happen to be posting these videos on. All right, and so that's what we're doing with performance over here. Now I'm going to hop back to just the main UI. And I covered this in a little bit of detail earlier, but we have all of these new filters. The other thing we've started supporting the ability to do is exporting videos from wherever you have your existing videos today. We started this off with an export from Descript feature. So if you are a Descript user, if you're using Squadcast to record your podcast, we have options in the Descript UI that will allow you to easily push those videos into HubSpot. No muss, no fuss. In addition to that, let's take a look at some of these videos. I'm going to just generate some keywords really quick on this and a description. All right. So we have, this video is apparently about windmills. So yeah, wind turbines make sense. And then I'm going to hit publish to social. Right off the bat, we will auto-populate your social post to have all of those descriptions and those keywords right here and the video already embedded. If you're uploading the video to YouTube and you've generated chapters, we'll also make sure to include your chapters because YouTube does support chapters in their player. And then you can just go ahead and use some of the existing social capabilities like optimizing your captions to get this larger description down to something that's a little bit more punchy for your audience based on your social AI. And that's really all I had to show today. So yeah.
Ankur, your screen share didn't show the social tool.
Oh no. Okay. I'm going to fix that for y'all. I guess it doesn't switch when it switches tabs.
Yeah, I bet you were sharing just a tab.
Yes. Okay. Bear with me. Here we go. I promise I wasn't making it up. I did not just type all of this in the 2 minutes I was talking. All of this is pre-populated from that video management UI. It does open up in a new tab. So if you are screen sharing the new features, that won't work. And with that, that's all I had to share.
Excellent. So now that we have finished up our live demo, we will spend just a couple of minutes talking about what's coming next for video at HubSpot. All right, let's talk about where we are going. So just to sort of level set and make sure we're not overpromising, as we know, product plans change and priorities change. So these updates are not intended to be a promise or guarantee of future availability, but it is sort of directionally where we're thinking and some of the features that we are exploring. So we are not getting into when or how features will be offered or at what tiers, but these are the things that we are currently planning and thinking about for video development. So those are all of the sort of disclaimers. Ankur, do you want to talk about the first bullet point here?
Yeah. So the first thing is all of this has come out, and we're just over a month now since the video library was released, and the clip editor has been around for a little bit longer than that, but they've been iterating pretty quickly. I would say like we're going to continue iterating. Some of the biggest changes you'll see are some of the quietest but most important ones, just continuing to improve what we already have and making it more usable, more user-friendly, and more performant. So just at a high level, we've just shipped a ton. Now we need to make it's good. We want to make it amazing. So that's kind of like step one here. I'll pass it back to Amanda to talk about bullet number 2.
Yeah. We're also continuing to grow the clip editor. We're looking to evolve from a clip editor that is excellent at trimming down longer video into more of a full-fledged video editor. We're going to continue to build out new editing features. One of the features that we're most immediately working on that we're hoping to start rolling out after inbound is text overlays, similar to the image and audio uploads that we showed. We're also going to explore ways to use AI to automate editing and make it less tedious. We're also thinking about and exploring potentially recording and capture, though we haven't actually started development on that yet as well. So expect more features in the clip editor, and if there are specific features that you want to see for editing, definitely let us know. The other place that we're going is every video in HubSpot and making it easier to ingest videos into HubSpot. Ankur, I'll let you speak to this one.
Yeah, so you've already seen this with Descript already. So if you're a Descript user, you can export your videos directly into HubSpot. You'll see Descript is just the starting point. We know Descript is just one vendor and that there are many, many places that you all store your videos, whether that be Google Drive, whether it be SharePoint, whether it be, honestly, another tool like Wistia and Vimeo. And we just want to make it sure that we can get every video into HubSpot. The way that I think about this, you're all admins here, so I can use more technical terms. Like I think of ourselves as an IV pass. So like, integrating video product as a service. I would love to just become that source of, not source of truth, but that source of consolidation for folks and that center of gravity for all videos. And then I'll hit this last bullet as well, which is video everywhere. We are thinking about all of the ways that we can use videos as part of the ever-growing library of AI tooling that HubSpot offers. You've seen a glimpse of this today with AI clipping that Amanda demonstrated, as well as some of the AI metadata generation. We have a lot more to share here, and we can't wait for you all to get your hands on it.
Yeah, another feature that we're hoping to roll out over the next 2 weeks or so is the ability to make quick edits from the social tool. So if you upload a video into social, there will be a little pencil icon where we'll pull out the editor in like an iframe, and you'll be able to make quick edits and then go back into the social tool. So more quality of life, things like that, more places where you can interact with and access video inside of the HubSpot product. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more that we're really excited to dive into, between more AI native video, making it easier to ingest video into HubSpot, and even eventually exploring things like personalized video and personalizing video based on audience data or company and contact information. All right, so that takes us to the Q&A portion of this session. I will stop sharing my screen, and it looks like there is already a good amount of traction in the Q&A tab. So maybe we can start there.
Yes. Yeah. So first of all, excellent presentation. And you guys advertised 40 minutes and it is now 40 after. Like that's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. All right. So everybody, if you want to hop over to the Q&A tab, you can upvote your favorite questions. So please give the 16 that are in there a quick skim. Upvote the ones you like. If you don't see the question you want answered in the list, add it to the list. I'll give you all until my clock changes to 41, and then we will just work most popular to least popular. But yeah, Amanda and Ankur, if you have not been keeping your eyes on the chat, lots of love for the things you and your teams have been building. People are excited, and I'm excited too. I think it's really beautiful what you've built.
I've been responding to some of the questions asynchronously as this has been going, but I'm happy to cover these live as well. So I'll just start from the top. The first one I see, any motions to allow ingest Zoom clips. Sarah, you're reading my mind. Yes, I am thinking very much about Zoom. More to come there, but nothing I can share at this time. I see a question from Joshua, which is, for what it's worth, please see Tela TV. It has great AI editing features for product demos, screen share type videos like AI zooms, AI layouts. I've never heard of Tela TV. Are you familiar?
No, that one's new to me too. Thank you for the suggestion, Joshua. I will check it out right after this webinar is over.
All right, I'll keep reading through these. And then, so you mentioned using YouTube for publishing videos, but a lot of your features and performance stats look like they're from native videos on HubSpot. Are you suggesting upload videos to HubSpot first, then push to YouTube? Does that affect YouTube SEO in any negative way? Scott, great question. So a lot of the features that we've built are actually built to be compatible with our social tools. So like I showed, you can generate the keywords, the description, and chapters. And when you basically decide that you want to distribute that video to YouTube, we will make sure that the social composer basically ingests all that information and pre-fills your post with that. So the short answer is no, I wouldn't recommend publishing directly to YouTube. I would always recommend publishing through HubSpot because you get all of the same benefits on top of more, such as like the ability to schedule posts, as well as, just take advantage of all our great AI tooling that we have built into the app. And there's no downside from an SEO perspective. We have from Laura, how do I create chapters? Sorry if I glossed over that, Laura. There is one of those pink breeze buttons that says generate chapters in the UI. So I'll let you find it. It's not too hard to find, but my bad for skipping over it. What is the confidence level we have of chaptering at the moment? That comes from Chris. Chris, candidly, like the answer is like, it's pretty okay. It's probably as equal to any other chaptering tool that you've seen. Amanda's team has actually done a lot for the clipping to improve clipping quality. And so we want to take a lot of the learnings that they've applied to the clips and bring those to chapters. Can we publish videos created and edited here to YouTube with chapters, SRT, etc.? Yes, I'm so glad you asked this. The answer is yes, yes, and yes. Especially SRTs were not an easy feat to get over to YouTube, but we do support that as well. Will there be a certification course we can send our content teams through? Will be an Academy on the Go video. A cert course, as far as that at least in the next month, you'll see an Academy on the Go video.
Yeah. And when we say Academy on the Go, that's the new shorter form videos HubSpot Academy is doing. So it'll probably be like a 5-minute explainer. But that is set to launch, I think, this next week sometime. So
yes, it's queued up for inbound. I've seen the video; it's great. It's wonderful. Any plans to bring the video object into permissions? Jay, we adhere to the file permissions. So if your user does not have the ability to edit files, they won't have the ability to edit videos. File permissions are a little bit different than some of the other content permissions. I'm blanking on all 4 of them on the top of my head, but we stick to those.
Yeah. If you have use cases for separate video permissions from files, definitely let us know. Feel free to reach out to us or drop thoughts in the chat because we're open to that as a feature request if that's something that you'd like to see.
Totally. Jack asks, and this is a heavily upvoted question, so I will take this back to the team, but are we planning a folder structure, especially around business units, to separate video assets? That's not something actively in development or being planned at this time, but that definitely falls within my wheelhouse, so I'll take this one offline. Michael asks, is there a recording and teleprompter feature coming up? I'm going to pass that over to Amanda.
Yes, we did an internal proof of concept for what we're calling Capture. We're trying to explore where it would fit in our roadmap. We are looking at either like Q4 or maybe early next year. But yes, it is on our minds. The more love that you put behind it, the more gas that you pour onto it, the more that you ask for it, the further it gets scooted up on our roadmap. So
make it hard for us to ignore. Just ask Kyle to message us every day and it'll probably happen.
I will be a daily user of it whenever it becomes available. And like, if you want to give me a free version that puts like a HubSpot video sprocket in the bottom corner, I will advertise to my following literally on a daily basis without any shame.
Yep.
question is, Descript will be integrated. What about FE? I'm not sure what FE stands for, but what about Big View? Descript is integrated if you are a Descript user and you go into the, I should probably just go into Descript and demo this real quick, but the short answer is Descript is already integrated. As far as Big View goes, we do not currently have plans, but we are looking at a lot of vendors, and some of those vendors we're going to take a more platformy approach and develop APIs and have them hook into those APIs. Some of them we're going to do more bespoke implementations. Just because the question came up, if y'all will entertain me, I will just do a quick demo of the Descript exporting. So I hit this export button in Descript. Descript has a long list of places that they support exports to, but of course, all of our favorite is HubSpot. I hit export. It's taking me to a new tab, so you've probably lost it now. But basically, once I hit export, it asks me to select the portal, and then it will just work. You know, the Descript video will just come in. So, can you select a thumbnail for YouTube Shorts through HubSpot? Yes. Jeanette asks, native recording. I'll pass this back over to Amanda. Amanda, do you want to address that again?
Same answer as before. We are looking into it. And we are hoping that this is something we can build soon. Same answer.
Amazing. What about connections to GoToWebinar and going live to places like YouTube or LinkedIn? So on this one, when we talk about webinar tooling, we would support the ability to push a recorded webinar after it's gone live into HubSpot. And that's kind of where we're going to focus for the next year, as far as building like native webinar tooling and like the ability to basically go live and stream out of HubSpot. It's something we talk about, but I wouldn't expect that to come in the next year. Of course, plans are always subject to change.
I mean, we don't have to go down this rabbit hole, but for me as a person who does a lot of pre-recorded videos and does a lot of broadcasts, I understand that I use different tools for those things. I can imagine in the background they are they're almost have nothing in common. I assume technologically it's very different to stream than it is to record. Is that accurate?
Yeah, you're capturing the big debate whenever we internally behind the scenes, whenever we said the word capture, it ends up invoking a lot of different emotions for a lot of different people. There's capture where it's like screen recording, where that is technologically simpler and it's easier to basically record your screen or record yourself and get that video into HubSpot. When we talk about streaming, we suddenly have to think about, oh, there's multiple people we need to record. You know, do we record that to your desktop so we keep the audio synced and like high quality? You know, do we support streaming? And gosh, I'm forgetting that our acronym RMTP and like the ability to basically push that out onto YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitch and all of these things. Do we need to support an engagement layer if it's a webinar? So the ability to comment and like, you know, drop chats. That's where it starts to get a little bit messy, where it's like, oh gosh, like capture is actually like 5 different things. So Kyle, you kind of hit it directly on the head. It's a lot. It depends. It's a lot.
Well, and the fact that LinkedIn only built the receiving end is like, yeah, use some other tool to broadcast to LinkedIn, right? Like, it says to me it's not easy, right? It's not just like a no-brainer to do it.
Yep. And so I would say that we are generally focused on like the last mile distribution for now. You know, we are still pretty new in our journey. So with time, we will move further down. But yeah.
I see another question in the chat. AI generated video in the future, e.g. characters to demo. We actually are running a very small limited alpha right now with VO3. We've given 50 customers access to generate video content via VO3. And we're using this experiment to gauge whether the quality is good enough to bring to a larger production offering. We've also explored potentially integrating with like an avatar platform like HeyGen. Ankur, maybe you have some updates to share on the HeyGen integration part.
Oh, yes. HeyGen is supporting the ability to export videos directly into HubSpot from their UI. So if you are using the HeyGen integration, they're great partners. We will take their videos happily and help you distribute them. But as far as building that natively into our app at the moment, that is not in development. I won't say it's not planned at some point, but it is not in development. So.
Yeah, and the other thing I'll say about the avatars is I I'm definitely thinking about it, but I'm looking for more uses. So if you have any thoughts on how you would be interested in using an avatar, definitely let us know.
All right. I lost track of where I was in the Q&A because I just hopped to the...
I see one that says any MCP access upcoming. That's a good question.
It's a good question. It's actually something very top of mind for us. I have nothing to share at this time.
Yes, but just know that we're thinking about it and doing a lot of back-end work to make this possible.
Yeah. I see a question about video marketing help on campaigns. There's kind of like two pieces here. So typically, the traditional sense of a campaign is it's like a big kind of marketing push, typically with some sort of anchor content. What we typically see, I'm using the word typically a lot, what we see is folks will maybe have a webinar that they're like distributing and they're creating a campaign around that. And then after the webinar is done, they'll distribute like clips of that webinar. So my general feeling, and if y'all aren't familiar with the Remix tooling, like definitely start using Remix, but like video is a great piece of like starting content or anchor content from which to build a campaign. You know, you start with a video, you go into the clips tab, you edit it down, apply your logo, apply some overlays, you distribute it, it's all fast. And you can pretty like quickly and exponentially like develop a lot of content and social posts with a little bit of help from AI. And so that's just like a general kind of like, as we move into like this AI world, how do you get the most bang for your buck? I'd say like focus on like pieces of content that are very mineral rich and can like produce a lot of content out of them. So
I see another question. Any connection to TikTok coming? This is something our social team is definitely thinking about. I think they were hoping it might happen earlier, but there was a TikTok ban in the United States, which caused a lot of uncertainty in the roadmap and sort of delayed thinking about that, but I know it's on their mind.
See some new questions. Can we add CTAs to videos in the tool? So you can add CTAs if you're using videos within HubSpot. We connect with our forms tool and our CTAs tool. And so you can just like pop those over on any video that's embedded on a web page. As far as adding CTAs from the editor, Amanda, is that planned?
We don't have it explicitly on our roadmap to add CTAs that like actually connect to links. We do have the ability to add image overlays, which you could technically say is a CTA, but it doesn't necessarily have like something, the clickable element that takes you to another link.
But I will say, you all should play around with embedding videos on HubSpot pages. There are a lot of options in the video module in terms of, does the CTA pop up at the beginning, at the end, in the middle? Are they allowed to skip it? Or are they not allowed to skip it? You can do some pretty cool things there already just natively in HubSpot, just not in the builder they've been showing today.
I think I saw something about pricing and packaging. We are Content Hub Pro and Enterprise is where you get all of the video tooling within HubSpot. There are little bits and pieces that are spread out with some of the other hubs, but if you want to do video, Content Hub Pro Plus.
Yes. I'm trying to see if we have any other questions that we missed. But
while you're scanning, I do want to highlight Chris's comment here. Marketing Plus. Marketing Plus is incredible, you guys. I say to everyone, and HubSpot has not gotten mad at me for this yet, don't buy Content Hub. Just buy Marketing Plus. Unless there's some really compelling reason that you want Content Hub and don't want anything in Marketing Hub, which is really hard for me to imagine, it's way cheaper to buy Marketing Plus, which is everything in both hubs, than to buy them individually a la carte. So Marketing Plus, you get all this video stuff, the content remixes, all the things that are cool and fabulous in Content Hub, plus social posting and all the things that are in, yeah, see? Nobody knows about this, Valerie. You are not alone. I will find the page and I'll drop it in the chat right now.
All right. We might have reached the end. Well, Kyle, Dana, thank you so much for having us. So
thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Okay, it has been rebranded HubSpot for marketers, apparently. But there it is. Oh, it's still Marketing Plus in the URL. Neil, photo
We
finish
we
there.
need to rename our products at least 3 times a year. So
Yeah. We're on track for that quota.
we're gonna rename video to something new. So just wait.
Motion pictures.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer email or LinkedIn if anyone has any questions and they want to reach out to you?
LinkedIn was great for me. Just let me know that you saw me in the hug, or like drop a comment like, "Oh, saw you in the hug," and I will add you and I will respond to any questions that you might have, or find us next week if you're at Inbound.
Yeah, same thing here. LinkedIn works well for me. I can drop my profile URL.
Already done.
They're already there.
Ah, wow, perfect. Speedy. And yeah, we'll be live at Inbound. So if you'll be there, shoot us an email, shoot us a message on LinkedIn, and we're doing customer meetups, admin meetups. So let us know if you want to chat in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thanks you two for being here. All 4 of us will be at Inbound. I'll mostly be hanging out at the Academy space if you want to come find me. We will not have a webinar-based hug next week because Inbound is going on. But if you are at Inbound, please come find our live meetup. We would love to see all of you in person. And that's it for today, right? Were you going to say
Catch you
something?
next time.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Everybody.
Bye.
Welcome to the Admin Hug. No flash, just facts and a whole lot of love. We get it done. Accidental or all in by choice. Admin and flies and lift their voice. Fixing fields and hacking time. Making magic with no headline. Kyle drops gold, D'Ana brings fire in a crew that's here to lift you higher. We swap the wins and share the pain. No one's solo in this game. It's the Admin Hug, where legends log in. From chaos to clarity, that's how we win. Dirty data challenge accepted, portal perfection fully connected. Quick fix queens, work around kings, custom coded everything. Tabs open, coffee strong. You've been solving all along. We've got the know-how, we've got the map. Even HubSpot protocols up to chat. You're not just heard, you help shape the tools. Admins rewriting all the rules. Thanks for building with the hug. Thanks for powering the hub. Behind every campaign, push and nudge. There's a whole crew holding tight. Admins together, powered by insight.